Hi everyone, welcome back to another print on demand video. This is actually going to be a part 2 video. It's the first time I've ever done one. However, last week I made a video going over 10 things that all new print on demand sellers need to know. And you guys had such a good response to that and it helped a lot of you. So this is 10 more things that all new print on demand sellers really need to know. For all of you guys who are subscribed to the channel, thank you guys so much for all the support you've been showing me on these videos. It takes a lot to put these videos together for you guys, but the appreciation that you're showing, I really do appreciate it, and I'll keep the content coming. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Greg. I like to talk about online entrepreneurship and sharing the resources that I wish I had along my journey. So if you're interested in making money online, feel free to subscribe because you're going to find a lot of things completely for free on this channel that typically you would have to pay for in a course. With that being said, you guys know the style of these videos. I get right into it with no fluff. There's just 3 quick things to cover before we go into this list of 10. The first thing is, just like the last video, there's going to be a table of contents down in the description. So if you do want to jump around this video, or if you need to come back and reference anything, that will be very helpful for you. The second thing is, any videos that I reference to for more detail on a topic are going to be linked down in the description. And the last thing is, if you didn't see the other video, I'll link that down in the description as well. I recommend watching both of these. No matter what order you watch them in, they're going to be very helpful. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's get right into number 1. This is, what is a storefront when we're talking about print on demand? So on this channel, when I'm referring to a storefront, I'm referring to specifically Teespring creating a free shop on their storefronts tab. It costs you nothing, and what it allows you to do is put multiple of your items on one link. It essentially creates a small little website for you that is just a shop, so you can link someone to that page and they can see multiple of your items rather than just one listing. Now, something that's very important to know is that this is only for Teespring. I'm always talking about Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble. For Redbubble and Merch by Amazon, you do not need to do storefronts or a shop at all. When you upload your designs to those websites, they're going to add it to the marketplace basically right away, and they're going to be marketing them individually. However, on Teespring, you need to get a few of your own sales in the beginning, so you get a trust score, and the easiest way to do this is by creating a storefront and sending relevant traffic to that storefront to get those sales. Now, if storefronts and how to use them still sounds like gibberish to you, stick around for the next couple here and I'll clear them up for you. Number 2, this is, how many storefronts on Teespring do you need to have? The short answer here is you really only need to have one. However, don't get confused about this. That single storefront that you create on Teespring needs to be about one specific niche. It cannot be every different topic of design that you've created into one clickable link. That's not the idea here. The idea is to look up a good niche to start with that doesn't have a lot of competition, create a niche specific storefront on Teespring for that, create designs about that niche, add them to the storefront, and then start posting about that on Instagram with niche specific hashtags. All of this is completely free. You don't need paid ads and you don't need to pay for that storefront on Teespring. Now, the reason this is so important for new sellers on print on demand is that, what if you have multiple niches? Does that mean that you need to have multiple storefronts? If you want to create multiple storefronts for different niches on Teespring, then you absolutely can do that. Just know that you have to make multiple storefronts. They all have to be about their own niche. And this brings us right into the third thing and the last thing about storefronts here. That is, if you do have multiple niche specific storefronts on Teespring, do you need to have multiple niche specific Instagram pages, one for each? The short answer is yes. If you are going to have multiple storefronts, each one of them has to be branded completely independent of the others. You don't want them all to be combined together. You want them to be their own brands on Instagram. And to clear up everything about storefronts, I'm going to link a video down in the description called Full Strategy. It'll walk you through everything. Additionally, I'll link up the print on demand startup checklist, which will go through it in a PDF document that's step by step, so you can click through and just follow along. So hopefully that clears up storefronts for you guys and the first 3 things that you need to know. Now let's move on from here. The fourth thing that all new print on demand sellers absolutely need to know is, how do you handle taxes? So the short answer to save you a lot of time here is, 1, you do not need to have a business set up, so you don't have to create a business entity and get permitting to sell. None of that. All of this is done completely through you personally. Now, if you're ever asked on one of these websites or PayPal, Payoneer, anything for a business name, you can use your first and last name. That is completely legal. So the first thing, since I'm talking about taxes here, these are my opinions and these are my recommendations. This is not legal advice. So with that being said, essentially how this works is, at the end of the year, you add up how much you were paid from the specific website. So let's say you're selling on Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble. You go to each of those websites, however you selected to be paid, and you just add up how much you were paid from that website that year. When you go to pay your taxes for that year, you simply go to the category of other income on your personal taxes and you add in, Teespring paid me this much in this year. Merch by Amazon paid me this much in this year. That is, in a nutshell, how it works. However, I'm going to link a video down in the description that I made a while ago that covers this in much more detail. So that will be down in the description, called Print on Demand Taxes. Moving into number 5, if you are using Merch Informer to research niches and find good niches to go into, what does it mean if you keep getting the letter grade of F as you keep searching all of these topics? Now, at first glance, you would think that everything is just saturated, but that's actually not the case. This is a little bit of a learning curve, and essentially all you need to know is that if you are searching for a keyword or a topic that is one word, you can type it in normally and click search. If you are searching a keyword or a topic that is more than one word, try putting that phrase in quotation marks and then searching it, and you will get much more accurate results. Moving into number 6, as you are starting with print on demand, you are definitely seeing a lot of information, and some of it may be talking about affiliate marketing. So the question is, what is affiliate marketing? So the first thing to clear up is affiliate marketing is not print on demand. They're actually two very different things. Now, as you guys know, print on demand is very trusted and it has a very good reputation. Now, looking at affiliate marketing, you see a lot of different reviews saying it's good, it's bad, it's a scam. And the short answer is it actually is legitimate. Where those bad reviews are coming from are from people who are selling courses to teach you how to do affiliate marketing. What I think you guys should know is that I personally do these two business models. They represent the vast majority of my income. And the really important thing to know is that both of these are completely legal, and if you do them honestly and the right way, they are the two best business models that I can recommend to anyone, and you can make as much income as you need just with these two without adding in all of the other business models you possibly could do out there. You only really need these two to make as much as you need. And the last thing to add in about what affiliate marketing is that you can do both of these at the same time. As you know, print on demand, once you put in the hard work, all of it is passive, everything is done for you. The same thing with affiliate marketing. It's a very similar start. It does take a while to get started. However, once you put in all the work to create all of your affiliate marketing content, it is 100% passive from then on out. So you can do both of these business models at the same time. That's what I do. That's what I highly recommend for you as well. So that brings us right to number 7. If you are considering starting affiliate marketing at some point, when should you start affiliate marketing if you're already doing print on demand? I recommend starting with print on demand because you can scale it up very quickly. And then once you have at least 50 designs on Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble, and you have your trust score on Teespring, so all of the sites are doing marketing for you, then you can consider adding in affiliate marketing. I do not recommend starting on day 1 trying to grow both at the same time. It's simply going to be overload and too much work for you, which makes it counterproductive. You're not going to get either thing done. Now, just know that the timing for when you start affiliate marketing from print on demand is going to be different for everyone. It depends on what your financial goals are. It depends on how productive you are every day and how much work you've gotten done in what amount of time. Essentially, just aim for when you personally are comfortable knowing that you have done a ton of work on print on demand and you want to change your focus over to something different. That's when I would recommend switching over to affiliate marketing, change your focus for a while, and just remember that at any time you can always come back to print on demand and grow that business even more. With that being said, that's the extent of affiliate marketing for this video because this one's on print on demand. However, I'm going to put in an affiliate marketing startup checklist down in the description. So when you are ready for that, you can click along step by step and follow how to get started. Number 8, this is a very good question and something that's very important as you're getting started with print on demand. The question is, can you use quotes on your t-shirt designs? And the short answer here is this brings in copyright infringement and a couple other things that I'll explain. And just know that this is definitely a gray area. It has always been, and I think it will always continue to be. Essentially, the quotes that I'm referencing are celebrity quotes, movie quotes, song lyrics, company names, company logos, company phrases, and anything else that could potentially be owned by someone that they are profiting from. To break it down a little bit more, just to explain everything you kind of need to know in 30 seconds, a person or a business can copyright a word or a phrase on apparel. A celebrity or someone who is famous that said a quote, that quote can either be copyrighted or it can be protected by right of publicity and privacy, meaning that we can't use it. It essentially means that it is their branding and we are profiting off of their branding. I know it's kind of annoying, but keep that in mind as you're making designs. Additionally, the way to look up if it is protected is to go to a website called tmsearch.uspto.gov, and then you can search for that phrase you're thinking about using and see if 1, it's active, and 2, it's protected on apparel. If it's actively protected on apparel, do not use it because that means it is protected. However, if it's not active or it's not protected on apparel, you're free to use it. As a general rule of thumb, if you're not sure if it's protected or not, I do not recommend using it. Just skip over it because if you get caught using something that is protected, it can actually hurt you more than the money that you're likely going to make on it. And the last thing here is is always feel free to email the different websites if you can use that specific quote or that phrase just to get their official written response and keep that on file should anything happen in the future. And moving on to number 9, can you use images that you find on Google in your designs? The very short answer here for you guys is yes, you can. However, you have to make sure that they are copyright free. If you're looking for copyright free images to use in your designs, I recommend going to Google and finding copyright free image websites. There are a ton out there. You can choose any ones you like, but they will include in their search results ones that are already copyright free and free for you to use. What I do not recommend doing is going to Google Images, searching what you're looking for, and just using images straight out of the search. They are typically not going to be copyright free, so please, I don't recommend doing that. Now, if you are a new print-on-demand seller, you may be thinking that using copyright-free images is a great way to make good designs. However, just to give you an idea of what I create, most of my designs that I'm creating now are solely text-based, or they have some type of graphic in the background of it, not generally an image. So with that being said, I would recommend your time being spent on an external design tool using their templates rather than trying to find copyright-free images to create designs with. Lastly, number 10, do you need to copyright your designs that you're uploading to these websites? The short answer for you guys is no, I do not recommend doing this. If you do this, it's going to be very expensive to copyright all of your designs. And if you don't do it, you actually automatically get informal copyright ownership of that design because it's your original work that you uploaded to that website. So what that means is if you upload a design to a website that is yours and someone else comes along and copies your design and uploads it to the same website, that website will have an automated system in place to detect that it's the same design and they will automatically remove it. However, if they do not detect it, if they somehow miss it, you can report that to the website. They will see that you uploaded it first, they copied it, and theirs will be removed. Now this brings us into a really good sub-question in this topic, and that is if you're using templates from an external design tool, how do you know that you're not going to upload the same design that someone else has already uploaded? The easiest way that I can sum this up is you really don't have to worry about this as long as you are customizing the templates. If you're downloading the template as is and then uploading it to these sites, someone has probably already done that in the past. However, if you're going in and changing the colors, or you're changing the font, you're changing what the text says, you're adding in a different graphic, as long as you're customizing these templates and making them your own, the odds of someone else uploading that exact same design are so low. Just to put it in perspective, of all the designs that I've uploaded over the last 5+ years, I've never had this happen to me a single time. So I really wouldn't let that concern you. All right, guys, that's it for this video. All the links, as mentioned before, will be down in the description. And if there's anything that wasn't covered in this video or the previous video that's also linked in the description, let me know in the comments and I can answer that and help you out. With that being said, I hope this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.